You are welcome to the Syrian educational platform. I hope you are fine and I hope all the benefit from our lesson today. Our lessons today, Unit 10, Grade 10, it's a grammatical or grammar lesson. And at the end of my lesson, we will talk about language focus on adverbs of manner, language focus on phrasal verbs, material students book page 84, and finally grammar reference activity book page 90. Adverbs of manner. In English, we have parts of speech. We have adjectives, adverbs, verbs, and nouns. Okay, please look at these pictures. Here we have adjectives. It's a word that describe noun. For example, clever, long, beautiful, helpful, useful, etc. And we have adverbs. Is a word that mostly ends with ly at the end of it, and it describes the manner of a verb. And adverbs means how someone does something, like quietly, fast, quickly, very, straight, loudly, etc. And we have nouns. Is a word that refers to the name of person, name of place, name of thing, etc. Like pen, doll, jam, cat, etc. And we have verbs. Verb is doing or action of something, like play, jog, draw, love, work, sing. We have adjectives versus adverbs. Today, our lessons today talks about adverbs and focus on adverbs. The main difference between adjectives and adverbs that we add ly at the end of adjective. Example, let's walk quietly. Quietly, it's adverb. It's an adverb because it ends with ly and it describes the verb walk. Let's walk. After walk, we have quietly. And most sorry. Okay, let's walk quietly. Look at these pictures, please. Careless driver. Careless. It's an adjective. In this sentence, I describe the driver. His or she's careless driver. How can I change this sentence into adverb? He or she drives carelessly. Carelessly is an adverb because it describes the verb drives. Adjective when describing noun, or pronoun like person, thing, place. For example, he made slow progress. He made slow progress. We have progress, it's a noun, and we have before it slow. It's an adjective because it describes this noun progress. The second one, he's an amazing cook. He's a cook. Cook is a noun, and I describe this noun by adding an adjective before it. Amazing cook. It's an adjective. And in adverb, when describing a verb or another adjective or another adverb, we have three cases. For example, we progressed slowly. We have slowly, and before it we have progressed. It's a verb. Slowly, we describe the state of the case of progress. We describe the verb progressed, and we put slowly after it. Mostly, we put adverb after the verb, the main verb that I want to describe. He cooks really amazingly. Really, it's the first adverb, and we have amazingly it's the second adverb that describe an adverb. Okay? He cooks really amazingly. The third one, he's an incredibly great singer. We have great, it's adjective, and we have incredibly, it's an adverb, and we put it before the adjective. Incredibly great singer. So in this sentence, this adverb describes an adjective. So this is the main difference between adjective and adverb. We have many examples. Look at it, please, and how we can change some sentences from adjectives into adverb. Look at this. He's dangerous driver. He's a dangerous driver. I describe the driver by adding dangerous. It's an adjective, okay? I can change this sentence from adjective into adverb by this way. He drives dangerously. I put drives verb, and after verb I have an adverb, dangerously. The second one, he's careless driver. In this sentence, I describe the driver, the case of a driver. It's careless. What's the meaning of careless? Someone who doesn't care or doesn't put any attention to something. I will change it into adverb. He drives carelessly. He drives carelessly. Like you see, most adjectives, I can change them into adverb by adding ly at the end of these adjectives. Look at this, please. Adverbs of manner. Adverbs of manner are words which tell us how someone does something. Okay? The most important word is how. I ask by how. He drives slowly. How does he drive? He drives slowly. Most adverbs are formed by adding ly to an adjective, like we see before that. But we have some private cases. Look at this, please. The first adjective we have simple. This adjective that ends with le, I will drop or delete le and put ly. Simple, simply. We deleted le. Okay? The second adjective, polite. What's the meaning of polite? When you are polite, you behave in a good way or good manner with people. Polite. It ends with e, and I will keep e and add ly at the end of it. Polite, politely, politely. Happy, happy. It ends with y. I will delete y and replace it with I and add ly. Happily, happily. Look at, we delete y and we add I and add ly at the end of this adjective. The fourth one, original. What's the meaning of original? First, or at the beginning. First. Original, this adjective ends with l. Okay? I will keep l and add ly. Originally. Originally. Tragic. What's the meaning of tragic? It's sad. Tragic, it ends with ic. Okay? When this any adjective ends with ic, I will add a double ly. A l-l-y. Tragic. Tragically. Tragically. And we have, in English, some adjectives that have the same form as adverbs, like fast, hard, and early. Look at this, fast in adjective and keep it fast in adverb. Hard, hard. early, early, late, late, far, far, long, long, short, short, straight, straight, fine, fine. And we have irregular adjective that it changed totally. Good, it becomes will. Okay, look at this, good, will. It changed completely. We have here an exercise. Let us together try to answer it to make sure that we understand the difference between adverbs and adjectives. Okay? We have in this exercise two tasks. The first task, we have some adjectives. We want to change it into adverbs. And the second task, we want to fill these spaces with adverbs that we derived. Okay? Together. Angry. Okay? It becomes in adverb angrily. We drop or delete y and replace it with ily. Angry, angrily. Calm. Only we add ly. Calmly. Calm, calmly. Careful, carefully. Cheerful. What's the meaning of cheerful? Like happy. Cheerfully. Curious. What's the meaning of curious? When you are curious, you are interested in something. You are interested in a specific subject. Okay? Curious, curiously. Only we add ly. Polite, we keep e at the end of this adjective, like I said before that, and we add ly, politely. Quick, quickly. Rude, what's the meaning of rude? It's the opposite of polite. Okay, when you behave in a bad way, not respectful or a way. Secret, secretly. Slow, slowly. Sudden, suddenly. Suspicious, suspiciously. What's the meaning of suspicious? When you are suspicious, when you deal in a careful way or carefully with people. You don't trust with someone, okay? You are suspicious. So, suspicious, suspiciously. We want the second task, we want to fill these spaces with, not with adjectives, but with the adverbs that we derived. Now, you want to read the text and to translate it to be able to answer it. Crossing the border. Man was hurrying across the US-Mexican border on his bicycle when he was stopped by a guard. Imagine when someone crossing the border and bodyguard or guard stopped him. When suddenly, okay? When suddenly he was stopped by a guard. The guard pointed to two bags on the man's back and asked, "What's in the bags?" Okay? You have guard and citizen. Okay? The guard asked suspiciously. This her or his job. Suspiciously. "What's in the bags?" "Sand," said the cyclist. Actually, this cyclist must be polite, okay? So he said the cyclist politely, okay? Politely, because we have verb. "Get them off, we'll have a look," said the guard rudely, okay? Rudely. So we have the verb. The cyclist took the bags of his bag and emptied them to show, okay, the cyclist took the bags of his bag and calmly, actually, he was calmly, and emptied them to show that they held only sand. Then he reloaded the bags what I can do, make carefully. Okay, because he hold something other than sand. Okay. Careful. Put them on his shoulders and continued to cycle. Across the border the next week, the same thing happened. Again, the guard demanded to see the two bags, which again contained nothing but sand. This went on every week for 6 months until one day the cyclist didn't appear. Few days later, the guard happened to meet the cyclist in the town. Say, friend, can you tell me something? Asked the guard curiously. Okay, he knew that he held something rather than sand, but he didn't discover that in the past. And when he came round in the street, not in the border, he asked him this question. We know you were smuggle. What's the meaning of smuggle? Smuggle when you take something secretly in an illegal way, okay, from abroad, maybe from abroad or outside your country. You were secretly, okay, because when you are smuggling something, you take something secret, in a secret way, secretly. Something across the border, but we didn't know what were you smuggling. Bicycles, replied the man cheerfully. Okay? In this sentence, we finish the first theme about adverbs of manner. We have second theme about phrasal verbs. Theme 2 about phrasal verbs. Last year, in 9th grade, we had some phrasal verb. Phrasal verb, it's a verb and preposition and take meaning, different meaning. For example, look at, look for, and look search. Look for means search. Look after, when you look after, maybe look after your parents, you keep them healthy, okay? Look at when you focus or put directly your eyes on something. Phrasal verbs, look at this please. What are phrasal verbs? Phrasal verb is combination of words, a verb plus preposition, like I said, or verb plus adverb that when used together usually take on a different meaning to that of the original verb. When we use phrasal verbs, we use them like normal verbs in a sentence, okay, and we will keep the tense. If we have a present simple, we will keep present simple, and etc. In sentence, regardless if it's regular or irregular verbs. Read this description of somebody's journey. Replace the phrasal verbs in sentence from 1 to 7 with the correct form of these words or phrases. We have land, we have some verbs. Land, leave the ground, let someone get out, register, stop to collect, arrive. Okay? Look at this please. We set off for the airport. Set off. It's a multi-verb, okay? Equal to left, okay? Phrasal verb, equals, left, it's set off. For the airport at 7:30 in the morning. As soon as we got to the airport, we checked in. Check in, it's a multi-verb or phrasal verb, equals to registered, okay? You have, keep in mind. 45 minutes later, our plane took off. Took off, what's the meaning of took off? left the ground. Okay? Left the ground. When the plane leaves the ground, it's take off. In the past, left, took. Okay? We will change the tense. We touched down on time. Touched down. It means landed. It means landed. Unfortunately, nobody had turned up. Turn up, arrive. Okay? You will keep in your mind and say by heart. Turn up, arrive. To meet us at Madrid airport. So we called a taxi. 10 minutes later, the taxi picked us up. Pick up, its multi-verb, means stop to collect. Okay? Drove us into the city and drop us off. What's the meaning of drop us? Let us get out of the car or go out of the taxi. Right? Outside our hotel. Please, my dear students, you will keep by heart this multi-verb or phrasal verb. Okay? Finally, now replace each verb in italics. What's the meaning of italics? It's a group or set of letters that slope to the right. Actually, to emphasize of something. In sentences from 1 to 6 with one of the phrasal verbs in A. Okay, like we said, we had many phrasal verbs, and we will put them in this sentence. Do you know when our plane leaves? What's the meaning of leaves? Leaves, it take off. Okay? And I will save the tense. Simple present, simple present. My father collected me from the station. Collect me. Picked up me. Picked up me. Because in the past. Collected, picked. What time did you leave this morning? Leave. Set off. Okay? The taxi driver said, where shall I let you out? Drop you off. Okay? When have we got to register? Register chicken. Chicken. At the airport. Thousands of fans watched the team's plane land. Okay? Touchdown. Land means touchdown. Before I finish my lesson, I want to thank Sponge for our English platform supervisor, Mr. Usman Kili, for his great effort and his great support to me and to our friends. Thank you. God bless you.